Hey friends, welcome to Breathe with Georgie. I'm Georgie and today I'm going to take you on the journey of breathing for self-love. Breathing into the heart space, that space in the center of the chest. So the heart chakra is associated with two colors. Green for the giving and the receiving of love, and pink for that unconditional, universal, healing love. The element is air, which I think is definitely associated with those phrases we use for falling in love. I'm walking on air or I'm on cloud nine. They have to be linked, right? So when we become disconnected from our heart space, we can become very closed off. We can experience a lot of feelings of loneliness and be really unloving towards ourselves and others. So in this breathing journey, we're going to work to open and free that heart space to fully open ourselves to the giving and the receiving of love. And most importantly, that self-love, loving ourselves, reminding ourselves how worthy we are of all the love the universe has to offer. So find a nice quiet space and let's get breathing. Amazing. So find yourself in a nice comfortable position. Now you don't have to be sat on the floor cross-legged like me. You could do this practice sat on a chair or even lying down. Just make sure wherever you are that whatever is underneath you is fully supporting you and that you're able to sit or lie in a nice open position, fully receiving everything the practice has to offer. So wherever you are, start to gently imagine a string lifting you up from the top of your head, lengthening your spine as you feel your shoulders gently falling away from your ears. Notice your hands, fingertips, releasing any tension from your hands and fingertips. No fists, no claws, just letting them rest gently either by your sides or just on your knees. Feel your sit bones in full contact with the floor beneath you. Notice, are you leaning forward? Are you leaning back? Are you over to one side? Just slightly, just notice. And just come back to that sweet spot where the crown of the head is just effortlessly balanced over the center of the pelvis in alignment. So all those wonderful different parts of the body can work in harmony together, allowing us to take a fuller, deeper breath, but with less effort. Wonderful. So to get the most out of this breathing practice, you're going to want to breathe in and out through your nose, breathing optimally. So gently bring your lips together. Place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And just start to take some gentle, light, deep breaths in and out through your nose, finding a lateral expansion of the lower ribs as you inhale, feeling them come back to place as you exhale. Effortless, natural breathing. Keep your eyes open for now. Just take a really soft focus as you start to bring all of your awareness onto your breathing. Starting to observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Noticing every detail of the quality of your breath in this moment. Observing any sensations in your body that perhaps you didn't know were there before, particularly any points of tension. Just notice. Don't hold any judgment there. Don't try to snap out of the tension or control it. Just notice. Allow whatever is there to be there and just observe for this moment. Effortless, natural breaths in and out through the nose, observing your breathing. Now, by becoming the observer of our breath, we're able to understand exactly where we are in any given moment, And by becoming so aware of what's going on internally, we can understand what we need from our practice or at any time, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just notice. Don't try to intellectualize. Just notice. And if you do notice any particular points of tension in the body, allow yourself to breathe in to those points, giving the body permission to relax, to release, to surrender. Knowing it's safe to breathe. You are held by your space. You are held by this breathing journey. Don't worry if your mind starts to wander off at all. Just ever so gently bring your awareness right back to the breath. We're not trying to eliminate our thoughts here. We're simply practicing acknowledging a thought, but not attaching ourselves to it, acknowledging a feeling or a sensation, but knowing that we are not those feelings, we are not those sensations. They're simply something that is coming up for us, and that leaves as smoothly and as quickly as the breath. So anytime any feelings, any thoughts come up for you that really take your attention, just ever so gently acknowledge and then bring your awareness right back onto your breathing. Allowing a wave of relaxation to come over your body with every single exhale. Holding that soft focus. And gently starting to bring your awareness to the space in the center of your chest, your heart space. And again, just observe that space for now. Observe any sensations. Now you've brought your attention to that particular area. Especially, is there any tightness? Is there any tension in that area? Again, no judgment. Allow it to be there. But just notice. Fully accept that wherever you are in this moment is perfect. Noticing the space in the center of your chest. Good. We're going to combine body and breath in a very minimal, delicate, tender way, treating our body with the same tenderness as if we would a newborn baby, really being gentle with ourselves. It can be a really vulnerable space, that heart space. So we really want to be gentle when encouraging our heart to open to all that love that surrounds us. So continue to observe your breath. And on your next inhale, just start to take some tiny, tiny circles, going in a clockwise rotation, leading from the center of your chest. And allow the rhythm of these circles to be guided by the rhythm of your breath, the natural rhythm of your breathing. Again, not trying to control, simply being guided by the natural rhythm of your breath. Tiny, tiny circles, almost as if we're not moving at all, but just finding those gentle, gentle rotations. Perhaps inhaling as you circle forward and perhaps exhaling as you circle back. And with every exhale, can you feel your sit bones grounding a little more into the floor? If you're lying down as you circle backwards, can you feel your back pressing into the floor beneath you? Being really held by your space, being really tender with your own body. So often we're not gentle enough with ourselves. We are our own harshest critics. So let's take this time to really bring some warmth to ourselves, to our bodies, to our minds. Let's change direction, going in an anti-clockwise rotation now. And bringing all of your awareness to combining body and breath. And can you make your breath these effortless, natural breaths in and out through your nose, as gentle, as soft, as these tiny, tiny, delicate circles that you're making, leading from the center of your chest. Almost as if you're not moving at all, and breathing almost as if you're not breathing at all. Good, gently, gently encouraging those tensions in the heart space, any blockages, anything we're holding on to release. Almost like stroking the heart space, letting it know it's safe to open up, it's safe to receive, it's safe to give, safe to express. Gently come back to center, back to stillness, and just observe any sensations that come up for you from taking those tiny, tiny circles leading from the center of your chest. Perhaps you feel a little more expansive. Perhaps you feel a warmth rising, circulating in the center of your chest. Just notice. And on your next inhale, start to gently guide the center of your chest forward. Again, ever so softly, ever so slightly, no pushing. Be very gentle with yourself. As you exhale, start to curve the back. Very, very, very small movements. Good, and inhale, bring the chest forward slightly, just ever so slightly, arching the lower back, tipping the pelvis. Good, and tipping the pelvis the other way, curling the pelvis under slightly, curling the tailbone. Slightly bringing the gaze down. Good, inhale. Come forward, opening the heart space now to that front space, to that space in front of us. And coming back, acknowledging the back of the heart space. Loosening, opening all areas, but in a very soft and gentle and effortless way. Being totally guided by the natural rhythm of your breath. Beautiful. Let's take a couple more. Delicate, delicate, effortless movement. How tenderly can you encourage that heart space to just move forwards and back with the inhale and the exhale? How effortless can you make this movement, and how effortless can you make the breath? But again, with no effort. Simply allowing the breath to be effortless, natural, slow, deep. Last one. Returning to center, returning to stillness, and again, acknowledging, observing any sensations going on for you right now, particularly in that heart space, in the center of your chest. Just notice. Wonderful. And on your next inhale, spread the arms wide now. Let's really expand that heart space as if you're about to receive a really big hug. Good, and let's exhale and let's give ourselves that hug. We deserve it. Slowly allowing yourself to come down slightly, just to melt into that hug as you take that slow exhale. Inhale, expand a little bit more now. Allow yourself to breathe a little deeper, and exhale, wrap the arms around and just come into yourself. Allowing yourself to feel really, really held in this moment. Perhaps closing down the eyes for just a brief second as you really hold your heart space here. And inhaling, allowing yourself to receive all of that loving energy that's surrounding you. Exhaling, coming in, holding, protecting that energy. Feeling that love for yourself, that warmth that comes from a hug. That tenderness that we're giving to ourselves in this breathing journey. Good, inhale. Spread wide, open. Perhaps even take your gaze slightly upwards now. Exhale, give yourself a big hug and just start to melt. Curve the spine. Exhaling, and really take this exhale to release any blockages, any tensions, any negative thought patterns that just are not serving you in this moment. Good, last one, inhale. Spread wide, fully receiving all of that loving energy, that healing, loving energy of the universe. And exhale, give yourself a big hug. Melt, melt, melt into that hug. And just pause here for a moment. Holding yourself in your practice. Again, reminding your body it is safe to relax, it's safe to breathe, it is safe to open up our hearts to that unconditional healing love of the universe. Reminding ourselves how deserving we are of love, love for ourselves, love for others, love for the entire universe, love in absolute abundance. Breathe into this space and enjoy that feeling of expansion in the back of the heart now. Feeling a wonderful sense of space and expansiveness in the upper back, lower back. Fully releasing any tension from the back of the heart now. Feeling safe and held in this present moment. Breathing into this space. And again, observing any sensations, any warmth, any tingling. Anything coming up for you right now, just observe and allow it to be there. Beautiful. Gently bring your arms down. And just place them gently, gently on your lap or on either side of you if you're led down or sat on a chair. And if you feel comfortable, gently close down your eyes. Shift your awareness to that internal place. Perhaps so internal that you can even observe your own heartbeat. Can you notice the natural rhythm of your heartbeat? Just listening in, observing any sensations. Good. As we continue to take those effortless, deep, natural breaths in and out through the nose, begin to bring your awareness now back to the center of your chest. And start to imagine a bright light circulating around your heart space. Noticing every detail about this light. Does it take on a color? What is the quality of this light? How does it move? Breathing into that light. Not meaning that we take the breath to a shallow upper chest place, but just allowing that energy to focus in the center of the chest, in the heart space, breathing into that light, but keeping the breath effortless, slow and deep. Good, and on your next inhale, imagine that light expanding outside of you, to the front, out to the sides, pouring out this light and expanding and growing. And as you exhale, allow that light to come back, not to dim in its brightness at all, but just to gradually grow a little bit smaller as it absorbs back into the center of your chest. Wonderful. Breathe in. Expanding that light, expanding, 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 feeling it grow brighter, radiating out of the center of your chest. And exhale, feel that light grow a little bit smaller as you absorb all of that loving energy into the center of your chest, that warmth. Good, allow that light to melt, absorb into your heart space. Wonderful, really slowing the breath now. Inhale. Growing that light even brighter, even more expansive now. Feeling it radiate from the center of your chest. How far out into the world can you send your light? Good. And exhaling, gathering that light. watching that light grow a little smaller as it absorbs into the center of your heart, deeply into your heart space, absorbing that loving energy. Good, again, inhale, expand that light, expand, 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 radiating, growing brighter, sending that light further and further out into the world. And exhaling, allowing all of that loving energy you've just opened yourself to receiving to be absorbed into your heart space, fully receiving all of that love that surrounds you. Good, and inhaling, opening, expanding that light. How far can you expand that bright light? And exhale. Slow, slow, controlled exhale, almost doubling the length of the exhale to the inhale now, as you absorb that light into the center of your chest. Amazing, last one, inhale. Growing that light even brighter now, radiating that light out to the entire universe. An abundance of that healing, loving light, and exhaling. Receiving, absorbing all of the love the universe has to offer into our heart space. Good. Pause here and gently place one hand over the center of your chest. And just observe that radiating light underneath your hand, observing any sensations in your heart space. Perhaps you feel a warmth or a tingling underneath your hand. Just notice. Breathing into that space. Breathing into all of that loving, healing energy you've just created. Enjoying the warmth, the vibrancy that comes from the giving and the receiving of love. Breathing into that space. Okay, we're going to finish today's breathing journey with a mantra. A small prayer that we can remind ourselves of whenever we feel blocked, whenever we feel like we've lost connection with our heart space. A mantra is such a wonderful thing to just gently bring ourselves back, to remind the body that it's safe. It's safe to open our hearts to that healing, unconditional love of the universe. So continuing to breathe effortlessly, lightly, naturally, deeply. And repeating in your mind, I open my heart to all the love that surrounds me. I open my heart to all the love that surrounds me. I open my heart to all the love that surrounds me. Breathing into those words, whatever they mean for you in this moment. I open my heart to all the love that surrounds me. What does that look like? What does that version of you look like that is open, fully open to the giving and receiving of all the love the universe has to offer, including love for yourself? Good. Taking a moment to repeat that mantra in your mind and totally absorb that warm, loving heart space energy we've created, and just observe your experience. Sitting in the stillness of your experience, in the warmth of your heart space, and in that loving mantra we have just created. Taking these last few moments of stillness to repeat the mantra, I open my heart to all the love that surrounds me. I'll let you know when we've come to the end of our practice. Gently releasing the mantra. Gently releasing your hand from your heart space. And just coming back to those effortless, deep breaths. Inhaling deeply, softly. And taking a long, slow exhale to release your experience. Inhaling. Letting go of your experience on that long, slow exhale. Accepting your experience for exactly what it is. Allowing yourself to remain present, but to carry this warmth, this openness with you. Gently starting to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, very gently. And again, just start to move in that nice, tender, soft way, but in any way you feel you need to. You may not feel as if you need to move at all, and that's perfect. But if you do, just move ever so softly, ever so gently. Coming back to your physical body. Good. Gently bow your chin to your chest. And softly blink your eyes open, coming back to your space. Good. Thank you so much for breathing with me. I hope you take this loving, warm, healing energy through the rest of your day and stay open to the giving and the receiving, the expression of that universal, unconditional love, particularly love for yourself. Express that love every single day. It's so incredibly important. I'll see you next time.